All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Monday. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. I do pray everybody is super blessed. As, look, I'm short on Bitcoin, guys. I am short on Bitcoin, all right? This is crazy. I'm in a $723,000 Bitcoin short trade right here. This is pretty wild. I honestly, this is playing out kind of nice. It's playing out kind of nice here. Let's see what happens. Big shouts to everybody in the chat. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we're short on Bitcoin, baby. We are short. Let's see what's going to happen here. Let's give it a little time for some folks to pop in. Actually, I'm short on Bitcoin. I'm actually in a pretty massive short on Bitcoin, to be honest with you, because I'm also short over on KCEX, baby. I'm also short over on KCEX. So let's see what happens here. On KCEX, you know what? I'm going to actually take some profit out here. Big time. Because this is more of a scalp trade for me on KCEX. And over on Antarctic, guys, this is actually more of a swing trade for me. My community this morning, I told everybody that I was looking for basically a short trade here on Bitcoin, and that I was kind of adding to a position as we were coming up to this area right around here. All right. So let's see what happens right now as we are potentially getting a bit of a move to the downside. We're going to be keeping our eyes on this price action real quick, man. Real good. All right. I've got to make sure that I don't wreck myself, but 74.5. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, guys. Man. All right, so we have a lot to discuss. All right. I'm short on Bitcoin. I'm in a few Bitcoin shorts. Over here and over here. All right. Over here and over here. Now, over here on KCEX, I just realized a profit 75%. I've taken 75% out of this trade. Going to let the rest sizzle. All right. Guys, KCEX, lowest deal on fees, 0% limit order, 0.01% maker order. Really juicy. You can mark it in, mark it out. I marketed in, marketed out. I'm only paying a $70 fee, trading hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? All right, let's see what happens here, guys. All right, major shouts to everybody in the chat. All right. This is pretty crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty crazy. We're gonna talk about what's potentially happening here. So yeah, let's see. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. I pray y'all are super blessed in many, many ways. Shouts to Bullish on Parade. He says, did we dump today? I don't know. I mean, we will have to see, because this is potentially a big fake out. Shout out to Respect1234. He says, take the profit, Casper, and find a long then. Well, we'll see. Like, honestly, like, this short trade here, I kind of want to let her sizzle for a little bit. But, you know, maybe I'll take half. I'll take half. Because this is a pretty big position. Let's take half. Let's be responsible. All right, let's be responsible. Let's be responsible. All right, let's take half. We'll take half. We'll still be in a $400,000 short position, which for me is pretty good, all right? Let's see if we can't hit that TP here real quick. And then, yeah, I'm still in the long, guys. Obviously, like, I added quite a bit to it upon the breakout of this. Let's see what happens. All right, there we go. Fill in the order, fill in the order. Filling up the order. Orders being filled. There we go. All right. Shout out to everybody. Yeah, man. So essentially, let's talk about what's happened here. All right. We are in right now 360. We're in a $460,000 short trade. We're in a $478,000 long trade. I'm also in a few smaller long trades over here on my other split account here on AX. Let's talk about what's going on here, man. So we're gonna pop open a fresh new Bitcoin chart. All right, fresh new Bitcoin chart. Close the long, bro. It's done, says Nitro. All right, look, I'm not gonna close the dang long, bro. Yeah, I'm trading cross margin, bullish on parade. Here's the thing, right? Antarctic exchange is decentralized, so typically I'm trading isolated high leverage. I'm trading low leverage 10x because look, I don't have no problem putting money in my own wallet on Antarctic, right? So let's talk about like what's happening here. The Bitcoin price has made a high last week, and very simply put, guys, we got a fake out of this high. All right, very simply put, we got a fake out of the high, and technically speaking, we do have some bearish divergence here, right? The 4-hour time frame is looking pretty divergent, right? We could say that, and even when we go down to our 12-minute time frame, we are seeing divergences as we took the high. Okay, in the Casper crew VIP Discord. Well, first of all, let me talk about me getting wrecked. Okay, I got wrecked. I want to be upfront. I gave trade setups, and they were losses. Okay, I took a loss this morning. Trade given in the moment, a scalp trade, was a loss. I took a trade given in the moment, another scalp trade, and it was a loss. Okay, I want to talk about my losses. All right, people talk. I say I only talk about the trades I give that are winners. These are losses. All right, $450,000 on the line, took a loss. $319,000 on the line, took a loss. Okay, so I want to talk about my losses before I talk about my wins. Right, I just want to be. I'm showing you guys the trading history. Okay, I'm showing you guys the positions that I've been in. All right, I have over here on Antarctic, my other account, the last 3 trades I've taken so far. You can see them here underneath. We have our 2 shorts and a long. All right, 2 shorts and a long. So I'm showing you guys my wins. I'm showing you guys my losses. All right, but we have gotten a fake out of the high. All right, and this high, it could turn into something. All right, it could turn into something bigger. So let's discuss what needs to happen here, because I've been calling for an $80,000 Bitcoin for quite some time right now. I have, but let's look at what's actually happening in the moment. Boom. We have gotten a breakout and a back test of value area high. Very bullish, very, very bullish. And then we're looking for a new high. But sadly, we've taken the high again for a little bit of a move to the downside. So what is going to happen here? Well, here's what I'm looking at. We might come down a bit today. It is a false move Monday. But if we pull our fib from the last low to the last high, 72,000 is going to be a major place to look for some support. Also, I would even be interested maybe in 72.5. And the reason why is because as long as we are holding above this line here, we have a really nice consolidation underneath resistance. We have a really nice breakout and really nice back test. And yeah, we've taken the high from Wednesday, the 4th of March. But until we lose 70,900, there's no reason for us to get ultra bearish here. All right, there's no reason for us to get ultra bearish until that time. Okay, but we are short. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Obviously, the first place to look for a long is simply the liquidity grab of this low right here at 72.8. All right, so for that reason, I'm actually looking right now to add to this long trade if we get a low time frame entry. Okay, so this is some legit in the moment kind of stuff here. All right, some legit in the moment kind of stuff. My computer's slow because it's in the sunshine. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Let's see. Yeah. It's in the sunshine. All right. 72,250 major support. Yeah, that short trade, this short trade I'm in was hard to watch, guys. I mean, it's funny because I was expecting that thing to get stopped out, man. Look at this, right? Look at this. So in the Discord, I had basically, like, I told everyone, here's what I told everyone. I said, I've opened the short trade here because we do have a fake out. I would like to take the high again, which we ended up doing during the stream. And I gave the reasons why I'm looking for this short trade here, right? And then I added to my short trade. And then for a while there, my short trade was, I had shorted the bottom, the local bottom, and it was hard to watch, honestly. I was expecting to stop out. I almost closed the trade here. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I just stuck to my plan, right? I'm glad I just stuck to my plan. But here we go, guys. Bitcoin drippity droop dropping down to this support here. Okay, we're in a few shorts. All right, we're short here. We're also short over on KCEX. All right, shout out to KCEX, guys. The lowest deal on fees. Make sure to check it out, baby. Over on KCEX. All right. This was more of a scalp, right? I had 400K on the trade. I took 75% out, locked in a $3,000 profit. All right, we're coming down to this area right here, guys. All right, this area right here is going to be super key for Bitcoin. If we can hold this area, we might get a bounce. All right, let's zoom in on our low time frame market Cipher B and see what we can see as we come down to this zone right here. All right, this zone right here. Shouts to the Casper crew VIP Discord, all right, because I gave the trade in the moment. I let people know what I was doing. I didn't hide anything. I took 2 losses this morning, and now we have successfully now been in a short that's given us some juicy profit. All right, at jasoncaspertrading.com. Now, guys, I am starting a scalping group. It's going to go live tomorrow. In the Discord, all you have to do is sign up to either KCEX, BLOFIN, or ANTARCTIC, and your user ID will be your pass to get into my private scalping Discord group. All right? I'm going to be live scalping multiple times a week in there. And right now, let's see what is happening with the Bitcoin price. All right, we're coming down to a key level here. We are coming down to a key level. Guys, make sure to smash up the likes. All right, as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes, we will be giving away $1,000 in the first half hour. We still got some time here. Okay, so we're coming down to our first support, 72.5-ish. All right, now I've already realized 17K on this long trade here. So I'm willing to hold it in a little bit of drawdown to see if we get a bounce. And if we do get a bounce, I will add to the position. All right, I will add to the position. Now, let's zoom in on lower time frame market Cipher B to see what could happen here. Now, look at this, guys. I do just want to say, we potentially right now could be getting a nice long setup coming down to this zone where market Cipher B is looking like this. All right, we've got ourselves the potential bullish uneven butt cheek pattern. Big on the left side, nice and juicy, skinny on the right side just to round out the booty. Man, I'm feeling kind of good. Maybe. Let me put on my BLOFIN chain here. Shouts to BLOFIN. Hooking it up with the gold chain, baby. Oh, man. I'm feeling good with this thing on. All right. Let's see what happens here, guys. If we come down and we take the lows and we get a bounce with some bullish divergences, that would make for a nice trade. I would add to the position I am in over here. I would look for a freshie and I would add. All right, freshie and an addy. Freshie and Addie. All right, I have a friend named Addie. She's always there for me because she's always open, ready to go. Freshie, a little bit more risky, right? Freshie's more risky because there's no realized profits on a Freshie. All right. Let's see here who we got in the chat. Big shout to everyone in here, man. Shout out to FHD. He says my favorite pattern. Shout out to a Slappa Kappa. I'm changing to short-term short. I think it's going to break. I can't find a place to join Discord after joining BLOFIN. Yeah, it's not launched until tomorrow. All right. Cipher's printing some reds. My VIP Discord fee has been paid back 10x already in the VIP Discord. That's what's up. That is what is up. All right, man. Okay. Let's see what happens, guys. We are coming down to key support. We're looking for a juicy trade from this box. All right. Maybe even from the 786. All right. In this area, I'm looking to add to a long trade. All right. I'm looking to add to the long trade. Let's see what happens. I'm going to pull a local fib over here on KCEX to see what she's going to do next. Because, you know, I might even add to a short depending on what happens here. All right? I might add to a short depending on what happens here. All right. Let's see what happens here, guys. It is 10:47 New York's been open for about an hour. Maybe we make a higher low here. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see. All right, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, let's see the damages. Perfect. Everything's perfect about what we have going on here, guys. All right, everything is absolutely perfect. Shout out to Abdes. He says, love you, man. Love you, too. Shout out to Madrivival. Shout out to Dave Digital. He's at the dang gym. Let's go. It's actually a rest day for me. All right, let's look at the 4-hour time frame. I think lower, but a higher low. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at, too, here, guys. All right, that's kind of what I'm looking at, too. All right, I'm trading on KCEX. I'm trading on Antarctic, and I'm trading on BLOFIN, guys. If you sign up, you get access to my private scalping group. If you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where I told everyone about the short trade I'm in right now, you can go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Let's see. Yeah, we have a CME gap at 71.3. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame, guys. Because to be honest with you, the 4-hour time frame is kind of what had me get into this short trade. Our 4-hour time frame. Let's take a quick look. The 4-hour time frame, if we take a look here, guys, we have officially taken out the highs. We have taken out the highs from the 4th of March. And we technically do have some bearish divergence here. Now, let me just be very clear. I've been calling for an $80,000 Bitcoin, and we very well still may get that. All right? But it's going to be a volatile time. Wednesday is FOMC. We have FOMC on Wednesday. Things are going to get crazy this week. And so, yeah, don't be surprised if we have a lot of volatility. Let's check out our CME gap. All right, we have our CME gap coming in right around here. Right around 71.6. All right, 71.6 is our CME gap right here. 71.650. Okay, so let's put this on the chart. We got 71.650. Right around here is going to be our CME gap. We have a lot of confluence actually around that 71.650. Yeah, I mean, we have the CME gap here. We have ourselves the Casper pocket retracement down here. I'd say that this is a really great place, I'd say, to be looking for that long, if we're going to get pump. Because this is, once again, our major support. Of course, just be aware. And I'm always thinking this to myself, right? Weekend highs and lows are fickle. They are so fickle. So this Saturday low here, I am also not surprised if we come down just to take the low at 70K and bounce from the high volume node that we have right here at 70K right? So the two major ideas I'd say I'd be interested in is something like this or something like this, and then we can go to 80K, right? Let's either fill the CME gap or let's take the liquidity from the weekend and then we can fill that CME gap, all right? Local potential long trade from right in this zone here, guys, all right? Right in this zone right here, I'm definitely interested. All right, so we've got our higher term time frame levels on the chart. We've got ourselves the CDW into the point of control. We've got ourselves the Casper pocket into the value area with the CME futures gap. That will be filled right around 71 right here. All right, hang on, I've got to put it on the chart. There we go. CME gap. And then we have our local potential. C to the D to the double W can't be true. What's it gonna do between me and you? Yeah, then we have this local CDW. Local C to the D to the W. All right, let's see what happens here, man. Let's see what happens here. Oil is dumping good. Yeah, let's take a look at oil. Yeah, it's looking pretty crazy. Actually, you know what you can trade oil on now is actually BLOFIN. You can trade oil on BLOFIN. Check this out. You can trade now oil on BLOFIN as well. It's been live since March 4th. Pretty cool, in my opinion. All right. Yeah, oil's taking a dump as well. I would not be surprised to see oil take a major dump. All right. And let's go to the weekly here. Right now it's about 94. Let's see if we can just find not the futures. Man, this is wild. So we had the big breakout of the... We had the big breakout of this wedge here. And, you know, let's start on our weekly time frame. Let's go ahead and pull a fib here from low to high for oil. It's a very, very nice support to come down right now on oil to the back test of these highs that we have right around here, right? We have these highs here. Resistance, 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 and then it's the back test of the trend line here. That's about, from where we're at right now, maybe a 25% drop. That's pretty crazy, but, you know, everyone bought the top right now, right into the dang Casper pocket. 68% pump overnight. We come down to the Fibonacci golden pocket, 786 support. Let's also take a look at the volume here. See where the volume, oh my goodness, yeah. Honestly, guys, like this green box is a very nice support for oil. But yeah, let's talk about like how maybe looking for a short. I mean, it looks like we're rolling over right now. Locally here, we even front ran the golden pocket. I mean, if the high is in here, could this be a lower high? It absolutely could be. I prefer to trade levels and not just like assume, because then if you're like putting your stop loss above and it wicks you out just to tank, right? That's not what we want. All right, Bitcoin's starting to get a tad bit of a reversal here. All right, Bitcoin's starting to get a tad bit of a reversal. Let's see. Bitcoin getting a tad bit of a reversal here. It is actually setting us up quite nicely, I'd say, to actually come down and take the lows again. All right. So we're still long. We're still short. We've got about, on my long trade, about almost 500K. On the short trade, I've got a combined almost 500K. So we're pretty evenly positioned here. $500,000 trades both ways. We're up right now, just under 20K of realized profits. All right. So let's see what happens. Make sure to smash up the likes, guys. Tell us what I think about DOT. I feel like DOT is shout out to Crypto Crank, schlong and strong. Yeah, man, I'm schlong and strong right now. Major shout out to Crypto Crank in the house, baby. Did you know that in the Otter Gang it's a sin to say CME gap? Well, look, I'm the kind of guy that says CME gap, and I'm the kind of guy that plays Stairway to Heaven in Guitar Center. Okay. I play the intro to Stairway to Heaven, and I play the beginning of the guitar solo. You know? The beginning. That's all I know. Just play those two things over and over. And in between playing the beginning of the Stairway to Heaven guitar solo and playing the intro, I will talk about the CME gap in between. All right? Guitar Center employee comes over. It's like, hey, Jay, man, you know, you're not supposed to play out here. Be like, did you see the dang CME gap on Bitcoin? You know, I tell him, look, the only reason I'm even able to come here and potentially buy this guitar is because of the CME gap long trade. All right? Major shout out to Divine Hood. 15-minute cup and handle. All right. All right, guys, I'm very curious to see what happens here on this False Move Monday. All right, False Move Monday. We've got our KCEX. Our KCEX, lowest fees, short trade open. We've got our ANTARCTIC, decentralized, low fees, trades open. All right. I've currently got no trades open on BLOFIN. All right. No trades open here on BLOFIN. So we're waiting to see what Bitcoin wants to do. And honestly, guys, here's my Bitcoin chart. There are 3 places I'm looking for a bounce. Place number 1 is going to be... Oh, and by the way, guys, I just want to make it very clear that the short trade and the long trade that I'm in right now are trades that I gave in the moment in the Casper crew. All right, right now I'm in no positions that I didn't tell the community I was taking in the moment. All right, and this morning I did take 2 losing trades in the Discord. I gave them in the moment, and they were losses. All right. The losses that I took were, number 1, let's see here, $300,000 on a short trade scalp. All right. Loss number 2, and these are trades I gave in the moment as I was taking them. Loss number 2, $450,000 on a Bitcoin short trade. Okay. Trade number 3 is the shorts that are currently open right now. I had $400,000 on this short trade. I took 75% out. All right. And then, of course, I have the swing trade open, which I walked through exactly why and when I was opening this trade here. And this has got $400,000 on it right now. Okay. So these are all trades that I have taken publicly in the moment in my community, all right? This is not just me taking a random trade and then going live when I'm in profit. I'm taking these trades in the community in the moment, all right? And I'm taking losses and I'm taking wins, just like every trader does. And I'm keeping my risk tight, all right? Although initially I was going to lose 6.5 grand on this initial trade here. But again, the reason why I'm willing to take a loss like that is because this is obviously a much bigger account I'm trading here, right? This is a much bigger account that I'm trading here. And so for me, a $6,000 loss is acceptable risk management, especially in light of the trades I've taken just in the past week or so here, right? Let's see. Yes, a jar, not a cup. You only win about half the time. The rest is risk management. That is the truth, all right? That really is the truth, guys. All right, let's refresh this. Let's refresh this browser, all right? Let's refresh the browser. And while we wait for the browser refresh, we're going to switch to a different screen so that we don't have dead air time. Guys, make sure to like the dang stream. Subscribe to the dang channel. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Guys, Crypto Crank is the freaking man, all right? I love Crypto Crank. He's inspired me. Crypto Crank has inspired me to really get back into the charts. If you guys have been here for the past year, you know that I was trading big money. I was in the zone. And then I took some time off, basically, where I was trading small money and just not really trading too frequently. You know, I took profits. I made moves. But Crypto Crank, I had him on my channel. Go check out the interview. And he inspired me, man. He inspires me. He inspires me. All right, he's coming into the charts every single day, sitting down on the treadmill just to get paid. He's so serious, baby. He doesn't ever play. He's inspiring, man. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you've been here for more than a year. Shout out to HFG in the dang chat. Shout out to HFG in the chat, baby. We got HFG in the chat, baby. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. So short trades are up right now. Long trades, you guys know the drill. J, plastic bottles have microplastics are bad. What's it do to the body? I don't know because I'm not a scientist, but all I know is that in history, no one's ever had plastic, right? So I feel like it's just not natural, man. So I like to drink from the glass, all right? I've got some electrolytes in here. I've got water. This is my typical glass, all right? My mason jar. It says Mason right on here. All right. Yeah, we'll have to do another stream together, Crypto Crank. One of these days, man. We'll have to have you on, bro. Once again. Do I trade with Cross? Look, I trade with Cross on Antarctic. Because here's the thing, guys. Antarctic is a decentralized exchange. If you sign up using my link, not only do you get exclusive access to my scalping group, which opens tomorrow, but you get these fees, all right? On a decentralized exchange, these fees are unfindable anywhere unless you use my link. My community gets these fees, baby. Super cheap, all right? So Antarctic, it's decentralized. So I have money on here. I have money. Usually I'm keeping, 10 grand on the exchange to take a trade or two at a time. High leverage, 50x, 20 grand, 50 grand, high leverage trades. But on Antarctic, because everything's stored on your own wallet, I ain't got no problem with big money, low leverage. I ain't got no problem with that, BMLL. LL Cool J is what they call me. Low leverage Cool J. LL Cool J is what they call me, baby. LL Cool J. What electrolytes do I use? Whatever I can find at the time, man. Does it have potassium and sodium? I'll take it. No sugar, all right? No sugar. All right. Okay, well, Bitcoin right now is being a little bit fussy. Bitcoin's being a little bit fussy. So here's what we're going to do, man. Here's what we're going to do. When in doubt, do some dang analysis, all right? Let's go ahead and put some alerts on the chart just in case we start to dump, just in case we start to pump, all right? Let's do some analysis here. Locally, we are looking for 72,865, baby. 72,865 for a potential CDW, all right? If we don't see a CDW, we are looking for 71.5, the CME gap, the Casper pocket, and the value area high macro backtest. And if not, we're looking to take the weekend lows. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this in a folder called Local Technical Analysis. All right, Local Technical Analysis, LTA, for short. Now we're going to go to a high time frame because we cannot ignore the elefante in the room. And the elefante in the room, guys, is this. We've got ourselves a big old fat butt cheek on market Cipher B. All right, the big old butt cheeks, double bottom, two big BitBoy green dots where, look, historically speaking, and we can go all the way back to previous bear markets, right? Big confirmation green dot in the bear. Well, this wasn't necessarily the bear, but even still, look at this. Big old pump to the upside, 100%. This is the bear now, okay? This is the bear now. We had a double dot in the bear. Once that thing confirmed, it was 4 weeks of up 33% in the bear market. All right, then we come down here to the bear market, right? We get the confirmed dot. And from the confirmation of the dot, right, confirms here, we end up with a 22% move to the upside, right? Now, these dots I'm not going to count because they're not oversold. They're not oversold. I'm talking about oversold, clearly defined dots. This one would count. This one would count. This one here would count. This one obviously counts. This one counts. And when we got the confirmation of this dot, although it didn't give us as much as I thought we would get, we confirmed the dot, and then we end up with a 12% move to the upside, okay? So this thing has confirmed here, and it's a double. Doubles are more powerful than singles. 2 is better than 1. Now, if we pull our Fibonacci from the high to the low, and if we go ahead and we pull all the volume that we traded in this entire range, good golly, put me on a tractor, call me Aunt Sally, and let me feed the horses hay. Because as you can see, not only are we coming up to the major resistance here, but if we break through this resistance, 74.4, where we're currently finding resistance, which is honestly one of the main reasons why I was looking for the short trade from here, for a quick little P, all right, a quick little P, if we can hold this, guys, get above, we are coming to backtest the value area low of the macro. And that is going to be right here. Golden pocket, value area low, and support resistance flip. All right, this green box, we can get vacuum sucked up. Another, potentially 15%, guys. Potentially 15%. From the low to the high, that would be about 40% or so, which is quite normal for a bear market rally. All right. Now, we need to break through 74.4, and we're working on it now. All right, we're working on it now. We're going to see how it goes. All right. We're going to see how it goes. But, man, we start to bounce from here, guys, and I'm going to have to FOMO long again. I'm going to have to FOMO long again. Now, let's check out some other interesting things here. All right. Let's check out some other interesting things. Someone says we're bouncing from an anchored VWAP. Wow. Let me see. Our Pink says we're bouncing off the anchored VWAP from the 97 high in the 15-minute time frame. You mean we're rejecting? Let's check it out. Anchored VWAP. Ooh. It looks like we front ran it. Yeah, it looks like we front ran it. We front ran the anchored VWAP. We front ran her. Everybody, we front ran the anchored VWAP. All right, we front ran it. Maybe we go up for another high, man. Maybe we do go up for another high. All right, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Wow, would you look at that? We front ran the anchored VWAP. Maybe we go up for another high here, guys. You know? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Major shout out to Alex O. He says, hope you're doing well. My brother, LFG. Have an awesome week. God bless you, bro. May God bless you. May God bless all the YouTubers in the house. Crypto Crank, Alex O. In the house, guys. We got some celebrities in here. Yeah, LL Chill J. LL Chill J. That's my name. LL Chill J. That's my name. Trading Bitcoin, that's my game. Shout out to Alex O, my man from the 51st state up north. On Bybit, the charts are different. Interesting. All right. AVAX got that 2-week green dot. Man, AVAX is one of those charts where every time I think we're going to get a pump, we don't. All right. Major shout out to my crypto goods in the house. He says, we haven't front ran it, brother. Hit it to the dollar. Check again. Let me check again, bro. Are you on Bybit or are you on a different exchange, my crypto goods? Let's check it again. Because to me, it looks front ran here. Let me double check this, okay? Where are we from? We want it from right up here. Yeah, it looks front run to me. But maybe let's check out Coinbase. All right, let's check out Coinbase. You know, where you want to go when you want to go. Where you going to go when you got to go. Where are you going to go when you got to go. Where are you going to go when you got to go? You're going to go to the party. Where are you going to go when you got to go? Where you got to go when you got to go? Where are you going to go when you got to go? You're going to go to the party. On Coinbase, we hit it. We had to go right to the party on Coinbase, and we smacked right into that dang anchored VWAP. We had to go to the potty. We felt a dump coming on. We stopped what we were doing, even though we still wanted to play. And we went to the bathroom and we went potty. Now here's the cool thing about being a trader and being an adult. Whenever that happens to you, you can take your laptop with you. Then you can sit there on the toilet for 3 hours pulling fibs and taking trades. 75 trades for a 25-cent profit. On the toilet, legs are asleep. You can't get up, legs are asleep. Can't even wipe because it dried out. It's been 7 hours. My goodness, what a horrible experience. Guys, don't trade on the toilet. Go on the 1 hour time frame. You're going to record a beatbox for me to rap over. That would be amazing. Okay. Well, look, some people say AWAP hit to the dollar. I see it on Coinbase, okay? I see it on Coinbase, guys. I see it on Coinbase. I see it on the corn base. Good old corn base. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, Coinbase hit it. Let's go back to Bybit. We're going to go to the 1 hour. We're going to do as My Crypto Goods has prescribed. All right, Dr. My Crypto Goods has given us a prescription drug, the 1 hour time frame. Very potent prescription. And let's see. Well, golly gee, My Crypto Goods. That's what's up, bro. Okay, but Bitcoin, sadly, I mean, speaking of being bearish, we are getting a pump right now. Let's see if we fill these single prints. My goodness, we're going to go to the 30-minute time frame. Breaking news, Bitcoin's getting a pump. We're going to go ahead and pull the Fibonacci golden pocket. Again, we haven't made a lower low yet. There's no real sign of weakness, but we're going to put on the TPO chart to see what we see. TPO chart goes on, and probably we have no single prints. Yeah, of course we don't. This is all within the daily range. What are you thinking, Jason, you idiot? Don't be such a moron on the internet. People going to unsubscribe. You know, then what will you do? Then who will you talk to? Who's going to listen to you singing about songs about going to the party anymore, Jason? Come on. Man, I got to quit talking to myself as well. Let's see. One of those sprayers can come in handy. Yeah, guys, honestly, you need a toilet sprayer. New phones are waterproof, so you can scalp 25-cent trades in the shower, too. That's what's up, man. All right, we're gonna pop back on over to our current trades here. Current trades. Crazy visuals with the dry poop butt. Sorry about that. Can I explain how to use pitchforks? I'm going to refer you to the pitchfork expert, Divine Hood Trading. All right, I'm going to refer you to Divine Hood Trading, the pitchfork expert. All right, you're going to go to a website called youtube.com. All right, and you are going to search for Divine Hood Trading. you're going to go ahead and click Divine Hood Trading. All right. Let's pull it up. Boom. This guy is the pitchfork expert. I call him Dr. Pitch. I don't really call him that, but he is. Make sure to check him out. If you want pitchforks explained, go check out Divine Hood Trading, all right? He's always got a pitchfork. I'll be like, hey, I took a short trade. Divine will be like, yo, Jay, it's because we rejected from the pitchfork that I pulled from months ago. It's the pitchfork being respected, baby. The pitchfork from the last bull market being respected to the dang dollar. I'm like, oh, snap. Divine Hood's got a pitchfork respected to the dang dollar. I better take that pitchfork seriously. You know? And as a homesteader, as a farmer, I do take pitchforks very seriously. I use them to scoop up chicken manure and put it in the compost pile. I use it to turn the compost pile. There's nothing like going out on a crisp fall morning, turning the compost pile with your 5-pronged pitchfork. Seeing the steam come out of the compost, the chicken poop, steaming in the morning. Very nice. Very nice, right? You get a nice clump. You guys ever do that? You guys ever turn manure with a pitchfork? Because I do. If you don't, are you even a trader? That's what I ask. All right. Let's see. We got this going on here. We've got our charts. We've got our market cipher. We've got our trades. Does Trump speak today? I don't know. My crypto goods is also in a long. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. Shout out to Tony CC17. Tony CC17. Yeah, Divine Hood's the man, right? He really is. I love Divine Hood. That dude is the man. I'm glad he's got his own channel. I'm glad he's got his own community and all that stuff, you know? A little bit of water, a little bit of coffee. You know, coffee and water. We've got the bear divs here. 12-minute, 30-minute bear divs. 24-minute bear divs. Can these play out a little bit more here? Can these play out and give us a sweep of the lows? Let's take a look at Ethereum while we wait. All right, that's going to be pretty key here. Let's take a look at Ethereum while we wait. While we wait. All right, this is. By the way, this is the trade as it was planned this morning in the Casper crew. If anyone's just joining now, all right, I'm short on Bitcoin. All right. I let everybody know in the community that I was short. I told them why I was short. All right. This was the plan. Right here. Okay. The reasoning, the plan. I let everyone know when I added to the trade. And the trade was in the red, guys. The trade was in the red. All right. But here we are. And look, you know, this is in the Casper crew, man. We crushed it yesterday. This is so crazy, man. Yesterday, this is so funny. I give some degen trade setups here, right? Scalp trades. We come down to the dang long, right? We come down to the dang long. What do you know? We bounce right from the dang level. It's crazy, right? Then we come up to the dang short, and we literally reject right from the dang level. I mean, it's crazy, right? We literally catch the dang long from the low. We catch the dang short from the high. Lock in a juicy profit. All right. And then today, this morning, I took 2 losses. And then this trade ends up being a juicy win. All right. But in the Casper crew, man, we have literally been crushing it. All right. We've been crushing it. I'm telling people, I'm showing them my entries. All right, in the moment, that's the thing. Like, this ain't no, like, I'm trying to be as updatey as I can with my community, telling them what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. All right, this juicy long trade here, this one here from the 12th of March, just so ended up being the trade that I'm in right now over here on AX. That's up right now, $23,000. Right. Of course, I've added to the trade since then. All right. You can't be shorting today. The Bitcoin bottom is in. All right, whatever. Here's the thing. If the Bitcoin bottom is in today, I'm literally in 3 long trades. All right? I have over $500,000 on Bitcoin long trades. All right? I just shorted Bitcoin this morning. I made three grand. All right? So I don't care. 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 I'm in my underwear. And I don't care because I'm in my underwear on the treadmill. Don't even care. Sorry. How can you get access to the scalp channel? Tomorrow in the Discord, you'll be able to input your user ID. Okay, great question. Jason, do you think this time is different, or are we just going to eventually make a lower low? So in my gut, all right, inside of my intestines and inside of my spleen and all the other organs that I have, okay, here's what I think. I think that Bitcoin's going to make a lower low. I think we're going to have a bull trap and then a lower low and then the bottom will be in. That's what I think. Could I be wrong? Yeah. Let's just talk about why I could be wrong. First of all, and most importantly, is market Cipher B. We've never ever seen this before, where we have the weekly double bottom like that. All right, we ain't never seen that before. We got the old double bottom here, the juicy butt cheeks. We take the ruler, and first we draw the left butt cheek and the right butt cheek. We take the measuring tool. Where is it? Man, I don't know where anything is on TradingView anymore. Where's the measure? Here it is. We measure between the butt cheeks. About 91 days of crack. When was the last time we had 91 days of crack? Let's see. It was right here. Yeah, 91 days of crack. That was right down here. Let's see what happened. Okay, so we did have one more drop after that. So I'm feeling one more drop. We had 91 days of crack back here, okay? 91 days of crack. We had one more drop. I like to think that we're going to make another low. And here's why. Because I want to buy Bitcoin cheaper. I bought Bitcoin under 70K as per the plan. I want to buy Bitcoin under 50K. Right? I would really love that. I think we need a little bit more time to go sideways and down here. All right. If the monthly gives us a green dot, I'd say the bear market's over, man. All right. Monthly gives a green dot, bear market's over. But until that happens, and there definitely is room to downside here, and we still have, in my opinion, the bearish div, which has more room to play out. All right. We go to the Quattro hour here. Not the Quattro. Let's go to the 12-day. Yeah, even on the 12-day, I would like to make another bottom, right? I would like to make another bottom. So in my guts, I feel that another low is coming. But could I be wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing. I'm okay with being wrong, because when it comes to trading, you got to just go with your plan until the market proves you wrong, and then you change your plan. All right, let's see what happens here. Are we going to reject from the Casper pocket? All right, let's see. Let's see. The zone between the 618 and the 786. If we reject from here, then I'd say we very well may do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. All right, let's see what happens. And if we break out of here, I am FOMOing, adding to my long position. We're going to be in a fat trade. We're going to be in one fat trade. We're going to long it up to another high. Honestly, we're going to long it up to another high. Yeah, we'll long it up to another high. All right. I hope we see lower. I hope this is a bull trap. Here's the thing. Things are starting to get very bottomed out. The bottom is very near based on the signal. What is the signal? The signal is this. When Bitcoin changes market structure on the monthly and the money flow on the weekly goes into the red, that is when you start to buy every dip. So that happened for us over here. Money flow goes into the red, and then we do change market structure in May of 2022. And then you buy Bitcoin until money flow curves back into the green, which gives us this whole time here as the time to be buying Bitcoin. All right. That was about 400 days. 400 days. All right. The time before that, let's go to Coinbase. The time before that, we changed market structure on the monthly right and dip into the red. So that happens right here. And we buy until we come to the green. That's 250 days, okay? Currently, we changed structure, and we're in the red, and that has been so far 50 days, all right? So 250 days, that would put us in the fall, right? That would put us right in the fall around September. That's where I feel like we're going to probably bottom out. Or maybe the bottom isn't, but that's when I feel like we're actually going to start a new uptrend. Like, I kind of feel like we chop around in a range like this. Just a sideways range like this, you know, before we actually get the big breakout, you know, dipping down to, you know, 4,738. All right, maybe a slight exaggeration, but here's the thing. When you go to YouTube school and you say, look, I want to be a crypto YouTuber, they say, well, first of all, here's the thing. Never get bearish publicly. All right, always buy the top. And if you are bearish, you have to be very extreme. All right, you're either ultra bullish or ultra bearish. You can't be neutral ever. They will fire you. They'll fire you from crypto YouTube, right? You have to come out here. You have to say, look, I'm always bullish, but one red candle and I'm looking for 4K. All right, I'm always bullish, especially at the top, especially at all-time highs. All right, we have to go up forever, but one red candle, then you have to be calling for 4K. If not, they kick you out of YouTube, like the YouTube world, right? They'll cancel you. It's cancel culture. Crypto cancel culture. It's pretty crazy. But that's what happens when BlackRock starts to buy Bitcoin, right? Once BlackRock gets their dirty paws on our orange gold, digital gold, you know, they start astroturfing these crypto YouTubers. You know, you think we're organic, but really, you know, it's all astroturfing, baby. Let's see what happens as we come to the level. Bitcoin has all base and no treble. Okay. Let's see. Okay, man, look, we're back up literally to my short entry here. We're back up to my short entry. You guys can see. Where are we? No, that's not it. Yeah, wait a second. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, I got too many screens, too many trades open here. All right, guys, I shorted Bitcoin. I had $700,000 on the trade. I did hit a TP. Now we're back at my entry. If I get stopped out, I will be stopped out for a negative $3,000 profit, which will put me negative 1,000 for the position. Well, that's fine with me because, well, you guys have seen all my positions, basically. Right? Still in the juiciest profits. If we make a higher high, I'm going to have to FOMO into more long, okay? I'm in a $480,000 long trade, $360,000 short trade. It's actually $460,000 because I'm also on KCEX, where I had another $400,000 trade, which has hit the take profit numero uno for a $3,000 juicy win. All right. Oh, man. Is it me or is it hot in here? So let's see what happens as we come up to the Fibonacci golden pocket. Because honestly, I'm looking to add to one of these trades here, right? I'm feeling that feeling. You know that feeling you get? That feeling when you haven't slept in weeks and you're just looking at the chart? You're just looking at the chart, thinking about the next time you can hit the buy and sell button, and you start to get that feeling, you know what I mean? That feeling, you know? I just can't wait to add to my trade. I'm feeling that feeling now, especially when I'm live on YouTube. All right, look, we got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN, hooking it up with the 1,700 karat gold chain, baby. We got the BLOFIN bling up in here. My goodness, I'm feeling like such a G. They call me LL Cool J, low leverage Cool J, because I'm trading 10x, which is low for me over on Antarctic. Okay, let's see. How is MMT looking? Anyone trapped? Great question. Let's take a look at the order flow. All right, we looked at the butt cheeks. Let's take a look at the OF. All right, we already looked at the cheeks. Let's take a look at the OF. Let's see what we got. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. Man, I have to be honest. Another reason why I took a short this morning is because, and if you were there in the VIP, look, here's the thing. I had very low confidence in the trade. I was just following the plan. It's not like, that's the thing. Like, it's not like I'm out here like making crazy predictions. But we had, look at this, in the 1-minute candle here, if we put on the Delta cluster. All right, let's go up to what happened at that high. Where were we? Yeah, let's go up to the high. In the Delta cluster, we actually did have, look at this. Look at this. In the wick, we had 20 million longs, another 8, 8, 9, 9. So like, let's just round up, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 76, 80, 9. We had like 100. We had like 100 million longs literally opening up in the wick. And then they immediately got trapped, They open up in the wick, and then they get trapped. And confluence that with some dang 12-minute uneven butt cheek market cipher B. On the 12-minute, we did have, like I'd say, the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern. Let's see if, can we even find the upside down uneven butt cheek pattern? Yeah. Here she is. Yeah, we had this. Why'd the music stop? Why'd the music stop? What the heck? Hang on. Did I mute this? No. Hang on. Music stopped, guys. Why'd the music stop? There we go. There we go. I'm kind of feeling this beat, though, All right. Oh, look at this. We come up to the dang Fibonacci golden pocket, and we get a little bit of a rejection. All right, let's go ahead and put 100,000 on the trade, baby. We'll put 100K on the trade. All right. We're putting 100 extra K on the trade. All right. Let's see if we get a little bit of a move down from here. Can I throw a freestyle? Yeah, you know what, my man Red Elephant, he sent me some tracks. Red Elephant sent me some tracks that maybe I'll be able to rap over. Let's see. Red Elephant, he sent me some tracks. Let's see. This is from Red Elephant. Let's see. Yeah, oh man, yeah, oh man, hang on. Before we wrap over this, I think there's something wrong with my mic. Give me 1 second here. All right. Check. Let's see. What's going on with this? Hang on 1 second here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got that. You know what? Let me do a sound check here because I'm not sure if I'm actually lined up with the... I'm not sure if my voice is going to line up with the music here. We'll have to do a sound check. Yeah, this is just a sound check, baby. Cornside. Hey, yo, can you spot it? Bitcoin price pumping, then we rock it, and we come right up to the juicy Casper pocket just to reject. Gotta sit back and reflect. Just a sound check, seeing if my voice lines with the track. Then we do it again. The Bitcoin price dumping just like all her good friends. Ben got 200,000 on the trade. The Bitcoin price, baby, how do we play? Yeah, maybe I didn't put it on the price, but we got... Okay, let's see. Hang on. Let's see if that's actually lined up. I got to do a sound check here. I thought I put 100K on the trade, but it looks like I only put maybe 10,000. Did I only put 10,000 on the trade? All right, let's see here. I got to go and check on the YouTube itself and to see if I'm actually on time, because sometimes I have like a slight 0.5 second delay and I sound way less melanated than I actually am. All right, I spent a lot of time in the sun. I've increased my melanin by quite a bit. Let's see. Yeah, it works. Major shout out to Red Elephant, man, for the beats. All right. Yeah, I only added 10K. I meant to add 100K. I meant to add 100K. All right. Well, we're going to have to wait now for the 786 to add more. I thought I added 100K. Yeah, but what the heck? If we come up to the 786, I'll add a little bit more. Yeah, so shouts to Red Elephant. He gave me all these, like, these beats that he made, I think. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey yo, sit back, relax, Jake Casper, about to sing the song. Put a hundo on a Bitcoin long. Then we rode it right up to the top. Bitcoin about to dump, baby, she don't stop. Cause you know we short in the Casper crew. Sit back, relax, I'ma tell you what we do. Jake Casper, I'ma take it to the trading school. Trading here on the treadmill, I ain't no fool. Boom, there we go, market short. Hopefully my long trades don't get hurt. Just put 100,000 on the trade, what do you say? Paying all the profits, we come to play. Cause I give it to you straight, you know I never give it to you gay. Jason Casper coming out today, just like yesterday. Outside in the garden, don't you know I'm digging dirt with spades? Yeah, cause we're playing poker with the ace. Got the full house, got a full flush. Trading on the toilet while I'm eating all the mush like the oatmeal. Can't you hear my spiel? Cause Jay Casper coming out from my toe to my heel. We got the purple candles coming down. I was smiling, but now I frown. Cause the Bitcoin price cold as ice. Like a girl doesn't treat me very nice. Man, should I take some profit out of this? I don't know, but I gotta poo and I gotta piss on the toilet bowl like a crypto whale in the hole in the ocean. Looking out, look out below. Yeah, cause you know you love the water. In the gym, bench pressing, can you spot her? Cause you got too much weight on the bar. The Bitcoin price pumping out and then we go farm. Don't you know if we get rejection, Bitcoin dumps down like an inverse erection. I have to sit down and do mad reflection. Hopefully we do not change direction to spection. Yeah, you know, inspecting the way the price moves. You got the direction with the grooves. Jason Casper coming out, you know he makes the moves. Never telling lies, you know I only tell the truths. Cause you know my flow is so dang crypto smooth. Jason Casper coming out, there ain't no more room. Cause I'm so dang big. Training arms and chest, trying to be a pig. Yeah, we got the BLOFIN, major shout out. Got the bling, man, what you gonna snout? As we go up and down, the Bitcoin price pumping straight into the ground. Yeah, then we farm it like Jay. Coming outside on the farm just to play. Up another 900 today on KCEX. You know we don't ever play over on K. Oh, the beat changed. We got a new beat. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Yeah, hey yo, another day, another trade. Jason Casper coming out, you know I never play. Outside in the garden and I'm digging with the spades. Don't you know I'm so hungry, but I'm eating from these trades. Coming to the treadmill just to get paid. Hopefully we go outside looking for the race. We get in the car, push the gas to the pedal, to the metal. Bitcoin price pumping all bass and no treble. Got the candles turning purple, the candles turning blue. The Bitcoin price about to show you what she gonna do. Next thing you know, we about to pump to the golden pocket. Can you spot it? Tippy top it just like bad guys. Sonic and Robotnik coming out, we get the rings. Making profits, can you hear the sound? Ka-ching, ka-ching. We got the cash register coming in at McDonald's. Where do I begin with the spin? Yeah, cause I'm a DJ. Chicka chicka J Casper, yeah, that's how I play. We got a little candle turning blue, I'm in the short, I don't care. I'ma tell you what we do, cause we are the market maker and we bout to dump faster. Jason Casper, he is the trading master. We're all successes, there ain't no disasters. We come around, then we start to blast faster through the stratosphere, through the Van Allen belts, straight to the moon. The spaceship don't melt, cause you know it ain't been discovered yet. So we blast right through without a net. Coming back from the space. Bitcoin, man, we run in the race. Making profits, man, we ain't no disgrace. Even though I got a dirty plunger all up on my face, cause I licked the rubber. it tastes so good. The plunger tastes like a good plunger should. They say, Jay, man, that's not very nice. I say, relax, bro, I only used it twice. It doesn't have much, just a little rice from the poop that I ate last night, and I paid the price. Got the E. coli in my eye, the plunger, and hopefully I don't start to die. But hey, look, it's all good. The price is coming down, just like it should. You know we took the long, you know we took the short. Jason Casper up in the hood, hopefully you don't get bored. Cause, don't you know, I'm about to make a change. Put the wig on my head and arrange the hair. Hopefully I don't scare all the people in the house, the bulls and the bears. Here we go. I'm feeling like a better rapper already. My hair looks like mom's spaghetti, yeah. Was that a Slim Shady reference? Heck no. I make all my bills with the preference. Yeah, what am I saying? I don't even know, but the short trades be paying. We dumping down, Jason Casper in the clown, and can you even hear the sound of ka-ching? We making profit to the next golden pocket. 73,358, that's where we stop it. 73,358, 73,359. We're about to take half out the trade, lock in $800. We don't play. Yeah, look, we up 1,300 already. Here we go. About to get on my shreddies, yeah. We shredding guitar, you know we sweet pick. Jay Casper on the mic and he spits so sick. Sit back, listen to my name is Nice Jay Slick. Oh no, a blue candle, we better close it quick. Hurry up, Jay, put your hat back on, take your glasses off, and stop singing this song because we were dumping, but now we start to pump. Oh my goodness, Jay, close the trade, you stupid rump. A rump is another word for buttocks. Looking out like a spot knocks. Cause you know we play in the box from the big TV. SpongeBob imagination knocks. Yeah, it knocks on the door. Taking a trade, then we're coming back for more. Looking around at the place, then we hopefully don't snore. Cause we're sleeping today, then we want to sleep some more. Cause you snooze, you lose, don't make the profits. Jay Casper, baby, can you even spot it? We got the purples, then we come down, turn around. Don't be a clown, you hear the sound of the Bitcoin price going right into the ground. Oh my goodness, I cannot turn around to see who's behind me. It's looking kind of spiny. Hopefully this don't bite me in the hiney, cause I put 200K on the short trade. Your boy don't play. Making so much dang money today. Coming to the treadmill, baby, just to get paid. And I'm looking around, we got a nice blue sky. Jay Casper, he's pretty fly for a white guy. Hopefully he doesn't go into the fly. Hopefully he does not eat an apple pie. Yeah, 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 Shout out to Stay Sauce, he knows all my tricks. Bitcoin back to her old tricks. All right, let's see if we can move down there. Man, Red Elephant though, I do have to say, big shout to Red Elephant with the beats, and Darren Does Things making these beats. He made a few. Good vibes. It's a jazz hip hop mix. What's that? Oh. Yeah. 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 Oh, you just found them on YouTube? Hey, yo. I apologize, I'm making burgers and the fries at McDonald's. Open up your eyes, it ain't no surprise. Coming back to your Jason Casper direction. We dump down like an inverse erection, oh snap. I'm recycling my lines once again. Got the bars in my head when I'm chilling with my friends. But you gotta do what you gotta do when you're looking fool on the treadmill at the trading school. Here we go. Coming down to the 618. The price action ain't looking so great. Trying to snag out a couple of dollars to take out my wife for a dinner. Let me hear ya holla. Don't you know we like Olive Garden pasta and wine? Looking like a Rasta, I'm looking so fine. Jason Casper had the dreadlocks, but he took them out. Bitcoin pumps back up like a snout. You got your nose up into the air. Jason Casper trading in his underwear on the treadmill, but you know what? He doesn't even care, cause he makes the profit. No suit and tie for him for rare. Yeah. Now we get a wick to the downside. Bitcoin about to dump, hopefully like a water slide. Then we get inside the car, push the gas and ride. Going down the freeway, check out what's inside. What's inside? Got the burgers and the fries. Working at McDonald's and it ain't no surprise. At the fryer, better open up your eyes. Don't spill the oil inside the prize. Yeah. Can we hit the TP? Bitcoin price between you and me? I guess the beat slowed down there. Okay. Where would I TP on the short? Right where I have the order. Right where I have the order. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Shout out to Daron in the chat. Trump's gonna be live any minute. Okay. All right, we gotta check out Trump. All right. We gotta check out Trump. Man, this is smooth. I call this one Steakhouse Surprise. Yeah. Yeah. Smooth Steakhouse. Hey yo. Hey yo, I'm pretty hungry and you know I like it prime. About to get a steak. Let me show you how I rhyme. So I got the restaurant looking so fine. Take my wife out for dinner. You know she likes my rhymes too. Hey yo, what will you have for filet mignon? Let me show you the trays they all want. Cause the profit's in the green, never in the red. J. Casper got the bars up in his head. Waitress comes out, hey, what'll it be? Give me the steak and the sweet potato. Make it a russet potato, nice and baked. J. Casper gives it real, you know he never fakes. But we get the blue candles, they start to pump up. I can't even get a handle. I look down at my feet and I'm not wearing sandals. I give them a sniff like a nice banana. Oh no, I'm gonna FOMO out the trade because we're pumping up and I'm afraid. Better lock it in while I still can. $3,600, cause you know I'm the man. Hey girl, I just made the money. I could take you out, I'll pay for your dinner. And you know I never give up how I'm smiling the whole time. Cause you know I can provide. I'm a true old school man, cause that's how I ride. She said, Jay, you know you're looking so nice, boy. I wanna take you out like a nice toy. I wanna make you out like some bok choy. Don't know what I'm saying, like a nice hoy. What's a hoy? I don't know. Now we dumping down, baby, listen to my flow. Cause I thought we would hit the GP at the 618. Here comes my steak, I hope it tastes great. I take the knife, I cut it open. What do I see? Is it nice and rare, like I'm hoping? Heck no, the dang steak is gray. I said, what the heck, take this thing away? I said to the waiter, bro, I just paid $7,500 for a piece of steak. And now I start to holler cause it's gray. It looks like it was sitting for months in the back of the fridge, looking like you took a dump on the plate with your friend Mitch. Got the glasses, the Bitcoin price, man, we make profits the fastest in the Casper crew. I'ma show you how we do. Sit back, relax, I'ma take you to the trading school. And speaking of that, when the price gets flat, go to the YouTube channel about that. Divine Hood Trading, big shout. But also J. Casper got a free course, check it out. Go to my channel, go to playlists. Got a free course, you gotta take this. Jason Casper free course. 18 sessions will make you a profitable trader in oppression. Yeah, here we go. Check it out. If you want to hear my flow, to wreck it out. Let's come back to the trade to see if we dump or pump. You better believe. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right, Trump's about to go live. Man, I shouldn't have taken profit, but I had to do it. All right, guys. We're scalping here. We're just in a little money-making scalp sesh. Man, Darren Does Things. And Relevant, you guys really know how to tickle my fancy with these beats. Hey, yo. You might notice your boy Jay looking kind of antsy. It's cause these beats be tickling my fancy. Hanging out with my good friend Nancy. Outside with the ants, we got to pee in the toilet. You know we got the live stream. Hit the like, and I'll tell you what I mean. As we're shorting, we longing, we're singing this song. And Bitcoin at the charts is where I belong. And oh no, we're coming back down. I shouldn't have closed. Next thing you know, I'm picking my nose. All right. Sorry. Let's see. Shout out to Preparing for War. God bless you, bro. Oh man, I shouldn't have closed. We would have hit that profit, man. Oh well. Oh well. Look, you gotta TP win in P. Win in P. Take the P, win in P. And maybe let's go to the market cipher B. Let's see. Market cipher B. How does she look between you and me? Let's see if we don't come down a little bit lower here. Shout out to Steak Sauce. Bad news coming. All right, let's see if we can't find Trump here. All right, let's see if we can't find Trump here. I'll be honest, though. I'm going to try and degen scalp 73,230. I'm going to try and degen scalp 73,230. All right? But let's see if we can't find Donald Trump. Trump live. All right.
Inevitable. It doesn't have to continue, but it is on each and every one of us to stop it. And with that, I thank y'all for being here, and I'll open up the floor to questions.
This ain't Trump. This lady ain't Trump.
Of course, they are taking questions right now. So what I want to do is...
Oh, come on, man. All right. All right. They're giving us Trump. All right. They're giving us Trump. Trump gives it to you straight. Does he? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, man. CDW. All right. I'm a FOMO in. Let's FOMO in. All right. 73,281. Now, I'm front running my level here. But we have a CDW. All right. So, let's see here. If not, we're going to look down to the 786. Oof. Let's see here. We got to put our music back on. What are we doing? All right, bad move. Bad move. Maybe not. Let's see. Let's see. We got a CDW. Can it be true? Bang. All right. We're stopped out. All right. No worries. All right. No worries. Let's see here. Ah, don't do that to me, Bitcoin. Don't do that to me. Oh. Nah, we're going to wait for our 786 here. Let's see. I thought we were going to bounce from the golden pocket. Ah, man. Do you see that? Do you see that? All right. Let's see how our other trades are doing here. Like, we did reject right from the box. All right. And Trump's going to be live soon. Wow, we got a super chat. Shout out to our super chats. James. James says, if you started with 1K today with my current trading skills and risk management, how much do you think you could make in 3 months? Probably like in 3 months. I feel like I could triple it. I feel like I could probably triple it. Maybe double it. If I'm being, well, it depends. If I'm on chill trading mode, not scalping, okay, just chill trading mode, I feel like with a $100,000 account, $4,000 a month is very conservative. So, maybe, okay, so never mind. No, my math is wrong. In 3 months, if I'm trading conservatively, like super chill, probably around 2%, maybe. What am I thinking? No, hang on. I'm so bad at math, bro. We drop as we have slaggy ASS. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I probably shouldn't have taken that long, huh? Let's see. We're gonna go down to our 786. We're gonna take a look at the chart in the moment here. Yeah, it's looking good at the 786. Look at this. Let's see if we come down to our 786. Let's check out our 12-minute. Man, 12 minutes looking like we could have a lot of pain coming our way, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Why don't I use the liquidation map? I don't know. I have nothing against it. Look, at the end of the day, there's only so many tools a trader can use. Right? There's only so many tools a trader can use. There's only so many tools that a trader can use. I feel like we're going to go for that low. All right, we've rejected from the golden pocket. We might do a little something like this, but then we're probably going to go for the low. Got to be real. I'm expecting something like this. You know? Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. The 786 giving us a wick. The 786 to give us a wick. Just a wick. Literally just a wick. We fall right through. The Bitcoin price about to show you what she do. Let's see. Let's see if yeah, man. No, maybe. Nah. Let's yes, maybe. Look at this crazy price action, man. Look at this crazy price action. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, I was kind of right. Would you look at that? I was kind of right. Okay. Yeah. A little bounce from the 786. All right. Yeah, and then I think we're going to lose it. All right. I think we lose it. But let's see. Let's see. A little bounce from the 786. Let's see. Tiny little bounce. We're coming up to the support resistance flip. All right. Let's see. We reclaim, and it could be the juice. We don't, and we let loose. We reclaim, and it could be the juice. We don't, we let loose. All right. Wow. Would you look at that, man? Would you look at that? All right. Let's scoop up this right here. Let's go ahead and we'll see. We start to run. I'm gonna put 30K on. All right, is Trump live yet? Let's see. No, he's not. Trump is not live yet, but he will be, they say. All right, they say he will be. Right now, Michigan lawmakers. We have Michigan lawmakers, guys. We have Michigan lawmakers. Here we go. My goodness. Would you look at this? Have you ever seen such a thing before? Have you ever seen such a thing before, guys? On the chart? Oh my goodness, look at this pattern here. Look at this pattern. Look at it. 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 Have you ever seen such a pattern? You guys see it? All right. You know what? You know what we're going to have to do while we were waiting for Trump? Look at this. Look at these Michigan lawmakers. All right. These dang Michigan lawmakers. Here's another Michigan lawmaker coming out. They're all coming out. They're very serious. We need to talk about terrorism and hate crimes. It's very serious business here. In fact, we need everybody to be very afraid. We need everybody to back our agendas. And so we're going to use the same tactics we always do. Fear, emotion. We're going to use these hand gestures to really show how serious we are right now. Okay, we need to take this seriously. We need to take it very seriously. Okay? Alright, we just got stopped out the dang long trade for like a tiny profit. Let's see. Alright. Let's see. I just put $100,000 on the short. Alright. We're going to see if we can't go for the lows here. 72,974. $72,974. The Bitcoin price about to go through the door. Move my cam to the right a little. Yeah. Thanks. Is the pattern showing long or short? The pattern right now, we're chopping within a range. Like degen scalps could have been taken from the golden pocket in the 786. But I would say we're probably going to come down and take the low. Let's wait and see. I don't know. I really don't know. We're chopping, right? We're chopping. That's all. We're in Chop City, all right? Chippity choop chop 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 chippity choop cheep chop. Chippity choop chop chop chip chippity. Chippity choop chop chop chip chippity choop. Yeah, KCEX, BLOFIN, or ANTARCTIC is the way to get into the scalping group. Okay, so here's the deal, all right? I'm going to give it to you straight. I'll never give it to you gay. All right? In the Discord, all right? In the Discord. Come on over to... In the Discord, starting this week, all right, we have a scalping section. All right, it's not live yet. You guys can't see this now. Listen very carefully. Nobody except for me can see this right now. But soon, this is going to be made open to the public, where there's the scalping zone, all right? What you can do is you can input your user ID from ANTARCTIC, from BLOFIN, or from KCEX, all right? Now, KCEX isn't quite ready yet. That's why we haven't launched the group yet. But in here, I'm going to be live scalping on stage multiple times a week. All right. The only thing you need to do to enter is get a user ID from one of my official exchanges where you get the juicy discounted fees plus access to the group. All right. So you guys can't see it yet. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting for everything to be ready on the back end. You know, everything to be ready on the back end. Where am I even? Hang on. Yeah, where am I? Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Oh man, you know what's so funny? I keep doing this on good old KCEX here, but why are we pumping? Why are we pumping, KCEX? Why are we pumping Bitcoin? We need to dump it. Bitcoin, we don't want to pump. We only want to dump. Sitting out taking trades just like Donald Trump. Speaking of Trump, is he live yet? No. No. We still have this lady. We still have this lady and this guy in the background. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. He's probably thinking about the Bitcoin chart. That's the face you give at family gatherings. He's secretly looking down at his phone under the dang. His phone is down under here. He's looking at it. He's trading right now. He's watching Jason Casper. He's like, oh man, what is this lady talking about? I can't believe I have to stand up here and listen to this woman speak. What is coming out of her mouth now? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, let's see. See what happens here. Yeah, always be ready on the back end, guys. Seriously. Yeah. Shout out to T in the chat. T is my Illuminati handler. How am I so good at trading? Do I ever lose? Yeah, I lose all the time. I already started out the stream talking about my losses. Right? I started out the stream talking about my dang losses. I talked about the loss that I took today. All right? I took a loss today. I took a loss the other day. I mean, I take losses. I took a loss right here this morning. All right? $700. $400,000 on the trade. $700 loss. All right, right here. $300 on the trade. $300 loss. $250,000 on the trade. $1,000 loss. $460 on the trade. Almost a $2,000 loss. All right? These are all losses I've taken in the recent. All right? And these are trades that I give in the moment in my crew, right? Look, here's the thing. You're going to take your wins and your losses, but you got to keep your risk management in check, all right? You got to keep your losses small and let your runners run, all right? Oh crap. Oh yeah, baby. Now we're dumping. Here we go. Putting another 50K on the trade. Put another 25K on the trade. All right. Let's go. Let's go, Bitcoin. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We got $278,000 on a short trade. Local CDW. We're going for the lows. Down here. Trump's about to speak. Oh, you're right. Wrong screen. Hang on. Well, I still got it. It's just real small. Here we go. I know we got people in the chat saying I don't show the losses. Look, I take losses, guys. It just is what it is. Like, you're going to take losses no matter what. But here's the thing. I only trade my planned trades. Right? I only trade my planned trades. And if my idea is wrong, then I get out right away. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to hold a loss. Unless I have, like, a swing trade plan. I'm not going to hold a loss. Right? My Discord this morning, I was holding my short trade in a $5,000 loss. Right? I show it. No one has a 100% hit rate, guys. Oh, man. Come on, Bitcoin. Don't do this to me. Oh, no. Don't do this to me, Bitcoin. Come on. Where's Donald Trump? We want Trump. We want Trump. Is Trump really speaking? Yeah, I think he's really going to speak, guys. All right, look at this guy. And now, Donald Trump is going to speak. Yes, I went to college to learn how to talk like this. Believe it or not, I went to college to learn how to talk like this. Now, if I talk like this in real life, you would smack me in the face, but because I'm on TV, you take me very seriously. In fact, if I didn't talk like this on TV, you wouldn't take me seriously. Isn't it funny how you've been conditioned to think that way? So I'm making this face, and I'm using this voice to tell you that what I'm saying is very important. And I'm just buying time. I really don't know what to say. But I'm really good at thinking of things on the fly, and I have a teleprompter, and now I'm looking around to see if there's another teleprompter to give me something else to say while we wait for Donald Trump to come out. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Big shouts to T in the chat. All right. All right. Come on, Donald Trump. We want Trump. We want Trump. Come on. I'm waving my orange flag for Trump. Come on, Trump. Maybe I'll get Trump out like a bull with the red flag. Now we bring the orange flag out for Trump. Come on, DT. Come on, DT, Donald Trump. Between you and me, Donald Trump. You know what? I'm just going to close out this now because I want to make $4,000. I just want to make $4,000. All right. I want to make an even four. An even $4,000. Come on, baby. Let's make $4,000. Come on, no! Don't! Sheesh! Come on, Donald Trump. What? Now we're live from Zermatt, Switzerland? Oh, we're on a commercial break. Whew. Come on, I just want to make $4,000. Come on, Bitcoin. Can't we make... Oh! Let's see here. I just want to make $4,000. Can't I just make $4,000? Yeah, Trump Nothing Burger coming up, but maybe it'll give us a little bit of volatility. Shout out to Crypto Crank. He made 13K. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. There we go. We're up $4,000. We're gonna close this and just let it ride now. We're just gonna let it ride now. All right, we're gonna let it ride now. We'll let it ride now. We'll let her ride now. We'll let her ride now. Some way, but somehow. We're gonna let her ride now. Some way, but somehow. Where's Trump? We want Trump, baby. We want the Donald J. We want the orange man to give it to us straight. You know he never gives a... Ah, here we go. This is what I wanted to see. This is just what I like. This is what I love. Man, I'm so glad we're looking at this right now. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Come on, Donald J. Come on, Donald J. All right, we made $4,000, baby. From the trade given in the Casper crew. We made $4,000. I took... Look, here's the thing. That's why you gotta keep your risk tight, right? Because here's the thing. How much did I have on this trade when it started out? 400K. 400K. I'm up $4,000, right? But this morning, I put 400K on a trade and I lost 700. And this morning, I put 300K on a trade, I lost 300. You know, it's like, that's the thing. You gotta keep your losses small, but let your runners run, and then you can add to them, like I'm doing now. Like I'm adding to this short trade. It's in my favor. I shorted from up here. I add to the short here, took a little profit. Add to the short here, take a little profit, and eventually the market will kick me out. You know. You smell pumperoni. All right, we're live at the white. Live at the white. Here we go. Oh my. I can't wait. All right. Donald J, baby.
It's always present, unfortunately. I'll say a few words about what's happening in the Middle East. And if you have a couple of questions, we'll do that, and then we'll get on with our board meeting. So, thank you very much for being here. We have a wonderful group of very, very smart, talented patriots at this table. Our powerful military campaign to end the threats posed by the Iranian regime continued in full force over the past few days. They have been literally obliterated. The Air Force is gone. The Navy is gone. Many, many ships have been sunk. They're warfighting ships, but I guess they didn't know how to use them. And anti-aircraft is decimated. Their radar is gone, and their leaders are gone. Other than that, they're doing quite well. They've been a terror for 47 years, and now I guess the world, through the United States, with the help of Israel, is doing what should have been done many years ago. Should have been done many years ago. Since the beginning of the conflict, we've struck more than 7,000 targets across Iran, and these have been mostly commercial and military targets. We've achieved a 90% reduction in their ballistic missile launches and a 95% reduction in drone attacks. The missiles are trickling in now at very low levels because they don't have too many missiles left. We've also attacked the manufacturing plants, where the places where they manufacture the missiles and the drones. And that's going on today. We just hit 3 of them today. And it's getting very hard for them to manufacture. More than 100 Iranian naval vessels have been sunk or destroyed over the last week and a half. That has to be some kind of a record. Additional strikes continue to launch from all directions every single hour. And as you know, we attacked Karg Island and knocked it literally, destroyed everything on the island except for the area where the oil is. I call it the pipes. We left the pipes. We didn't want to do that, but that we will do that. We can do that on 5 minutes notice. It'll be over. But for purposes of someday rebuilding that country, I guess we did the right thing. But it may not stay that way. Just one simple word and the pipes will be gone too, but it'll take a long time to rebuild that. We are aggressively dismantling Iran's defense industrial base, and ability to rebuild its missiles and drone capability is getting down to close to zero. And we're hammering their capacity to threaten commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz, with more than 30 mine-laying ships destroyed. We hit, to the best of our knowledge, all of their mine-laying ships. Now they can put them on other types of ships, I guess, and drop them in. But we don't know that any have even been dropped in. We're not sure that any have been. That's a big negative for them if they do it. It's a form of suicide. But we don't know that they have dropped any in. But we've hit all 30 of their ships and destroyed them. They're all at the bottom of the sea. We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the Strait far more than ours. You know, we get less than 1% of our oil from the Strait, and some countries get much more. Japan gets 95%. China gets 90%. Many of the Europeans get quite a bit. South Korea gets 35%. So we want them to come and help us with the Strait. We have it in very good shape. The countries, I said, we've already taken care of Iran, but now, because of the fact that literally a single terrorist can put something in the water or shoot something or shoot a missile, a small missile, and it's fairly close range because it is a tight area, and which is one of the reasons they've always used that as a weapon. Iran has always used that as an economic weapon, and it's not going to be able to be used very long. Numerous countries have told me they're on the way. Some are very enthusiastic about it, and some aren't. Some are countries that we've helped for many, many years. We've protected them from horrible outside sources, and they weren't that enthusiastic. And the level of enthusiasm, it matters to me. We have some countries where we have 45,000 soldiers, great soldiers, protecting them from harm's way. And we have done a great job. And when we want to know, do you have any minesweepers? Well, would rather not get involved, sir. I said, for 40 years we're protecting you, and you don't want to get involved in something that is very minor. Very few shots going to be taken because they don't have many shots left. But they said, we'd rather not get involved. I just want the fake news media and everybody else to remember that that was said, because I've been a big critic of all of the protecting of countries, because I know that we'll protect them, and if we ever needed help, they won't be there for us. I've just known that for a long period of time, just like I knew about the Strait, that it would be a weapon, which I predicted a long time ago. Predicted all of this stuff. You guys were very generous in that. I predicted all of it. I predicted Osama bin Laden would knock out the World Trade Center. I made that prediction a year before he did it. I said, you better get him. He's a bad guy. I watched him be interviewed one time, and I said, that's a bad guy. You better get him. 1 year before, exactly. I wrote it in a book. You can even check. About a year before the World Trade Center came down, President Clinton actually had a shot at him, and he didn't take it. Unfortunately, I'm not blaming him for that, but he didn't take it. And he ended up knocking down the World Trade Center, but I predicted that too. I predicted a lot of things. We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the Strait for blood. I mean, these people literally need it. 95% of their energy or their oil comes out of the Strait, and they should be in here very happily helping us. And it's incredible. We have such great, we're number one in oil by double now. We drill, baby, drill. We're double any other nation, and it's going to be soon triple any other nation. And that doesn't include Venezuela, who's been great. By the way, the relationship with Venezuela has been fantastic. Millions, literally millions of barrels of oil are being taken out, and it's been a great help, and it's been to their great benefit. The president has done a really good job. We get along with him really well. But we've taken out millions of barrels of oil and brought to Houston and other places to the refineries. We have refineries set up specifically for that. And it's been a great relationship, and more and more is happening. It's a tremendous oil source, and we're stepping it up very rapidly. The big companies are going in, and they will actually, numbers in a pretty short period of time, numbers that they've never been able to do, we'll be doing. There's a lot of oil under that land. We strongly encourage the other nations to get involved with us, and get involved quickly and with great enthusiasm. I have that from a number of them, and I'd like to say their names, but frankly, I don't know if they would want me to or not, because maybe they don't want to be targeted. But I say, wouldn't matter if you're targeted or not, because this is a paper tiger that we're dealing with now. It wasn't a paper tiger 2 weeks ago. It's a paper tiger now. So now we're going to get down to the reason. We'll take a couple of questions, and a moment, but we're going to get down to the reason we're here today. Actually, this was set up a long time ago. It's the Trump Kennedy Center. Over the past year, we've made incredible strides to restore the true purpose and prestige of this revered institution. Together, we're going to ensure it remains the finest performing arts facility of its kind anywhere in the world. And I don't know that it ever really reached that stage, but it will over a period of time. We're rebuilding it. It's in very, very bad condition. It's been let. It's been somewhat of a disaster, to be honest with you. It's been let go to hell. That's what they've done. They did a poor job. They spent money in the wrong places. They built some theaters underneath that nobody uses, little ones, tiny theaters that cost $300 million. And the money was spent incorrectly, wrong. We're dealing with some networks on the possibility of renting those little theaters. Nobody's going to use them. They want the big halls. The halls are going to be incredible. They're in bad shape, but when they're completed, the bones are potentially something that could be unbelievable. So I want to, before we begin, I want to thank Rick Grinnell. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. He's been unbelievable. He was the ambassador, as you know, to Germany. There was no happier woman in the world than Angela Merkel. Angela. She called me, "Thank you, sir, thank you." Although she liked Rick a lot, there was nobody happier that he was no longer going to be the ambassador to Germany. He was difficult for them. He was not your typical ambassador. He was the opposite. He would do what was best for the United States, not for Germany. And I want to tell you, he did a great job. So good that I put him in charge of a thing called intelligence. And something he didn't really want to do, but he did it, and he did it incredibly well. There were a lot of leakers. He found out the leakers. And when he didn't find out who the leaker was in a certain area, he fired everybody. And he went into one room where there was leaks coming out. These are long-term problems that these various places have had. And he said, "Who's the one that leaked this?" And they wouldn't admit it, so he fired the whole room. And he did a good job, I'll tell you. He was very good. And during this transition period, I asked Rick if he would run it, because we wanted to see. And if you remember when we first took it over, I didn't do it with enthusiasm. I did it because somebody had to do it. I had to turn it around because it was failing. It would have closed, and physically it would have almost fallen down. It was in very bad shape. The steel columns outside, as an example, were meant to be covered. You know, exposed steel is unusual to have in building. What I do best in life is build. I build buildings really well and under budget and ahead of schedule. That's what I do, unlike the Fed building, which is going to cost billions of dollars. It may never open. I mean, right now, we have a wonderful Kevin, a wonderful new head of the Fed coming in. I don't know if he'll ever be able to occupy this complex that was destroyed by Jerome Too Late Powell. I call him too late because he's always too late with interest. Should cut interest rates. He should cut them right now. They should have a special meeting. What's a better time to cut interest rates than now? A third-grade student would know that. But that's a terrible thing. But what I do is build. I build great stuff. And what we're going to do is, right outside. In fact, if you look behind me, see the nice gold curtains? If you want to look into a nice foundation and you want to see a lot of work, very deep, very, very deep for specific reasons, we have a magnificent ballroom being built, because this is the biggest room, and it holds like 98 people for dinner. But behind me, you're going to have a ballroom that this building and the people occupying it, in particular, every president for 150 years has clamored for a ballroom, a large, beautiful room. This is a cocktail room, and this whole floor will end up being a cocktail room for the cocktail area, or pre-area for the ballroom before dinners. So we'll have heads of state. We can't even do a heads of state dinner. Usually what they do is they would do them on the lawn with a tent. but when it rains, the lawn is very low. And you know the land in Washington. It was built on swampy, wet land. And when it rains and you have the king of Saudi Arabia, we have, as an example, the king of the UK, I would say king of England, who's a great guy. He's coming in very soon. And when it rains, you know what happened? The rain would go over their feet. It would be about 4 or 5 inches over their shoes. This was not good. So, and it rained a lot. So we're building, finally, because I do that. And by the way, no taxpayer money. I want to put that, zero. It's going to be, it's on time, on budget. It'll be under budget. Be literally, we're having it under budget, other than we've upgraded it in terms of the marbles we're using. We're using onyx and stones that are incredible. But it'll be something really spectacular. I'm looking at Mr. Steve Wynn, who's over there. He built a spectacular building, and he knows Trump builds a spectacular building. I build better buildings than him. I don't care what he said. But Steve is over here, and he really, with his incredible wife, Andrea, and thank you both for being here. Andrea's on the board, and Steve is so in love with his wife, he asked whether or not he could come. And I can say the same thing for the great Bob Kraft. He's got a wife that's so wonderful. He said, do you think I could come? She didn't have to accept that, you know. She could have said no. But Bob said, I would like to come. So, Bob, we will not let you vote, although his vote would be a good vote. He will vote for the proper thing. But it's good to have you both here. These are two great couples that know a lot about the things I'm talking about, like fixing, whether it's building a stadium or building a building. We know they know how to do it. So thank you, Steve, very much.
What?
But we've made incredible strides over the past year.
Yeah,
if you remember,
sure.
I said I want to run it for a year just to see, because the place is falling down. It's horrible. Air conditioning, heating is going to be ripped out in its entirety, and it needs new. It's old. It's, how many years is it, Rick? What's the total? 50, almost, yeah, over 50. And we have 50-year-old air conditioning, more than that, actually. And it's in bad shape. Everything's in bad shape. It's got to be redone. So I said, let's run it for a year just to see how it works. It's better than, you can't just go into something and try and figure it out. And we figured it out over the year. And you have to close it, putting new marbles in, beautiful, beautiful marbles. When you do marbles, you can't have people walking over the marble every night as it's drying and setting and going to a play. So we thought the best way, what I know best in the world is construction. The best way to do it is close it, do it properly, and reopen it, have a grand reopening. And when it's finished, it's going to be far better than it was when it was originally built. When it was originally built, it was good. It has one thing that's very good. It has great sound. I think there's a lot of luck in sound. You have some of the big opera houses. I don't want to get involved with saying which one, but in New York, as an example, where the acoustics were never good, and they've ripped it apart 4 times and rebuilt it, and it was never good. The good thing about the Kennedy Center, the acoustics are good, and they'll only be enhanced based on what we're doing. A lot of it has to do with the stones and the stones you use, the marbles you use, etc. Over the past year, we've made incredible strides to restore the true purpose and prestige that this building will soon gain, I think, at a higher level than it had before. Together, we're going to ensure it remains the finest and will become the finest performing arts facility anywhere in the world. It's got the location, and it will have the building. It's got good bones. It's got good structure. Again, they wanted to originally cover the exposed steel. It was painted a cheap gold, and we turned it into a very expensively painted white, very heavy coat of very powerful white paint meant for steel, exposed steel. A very different kind of paint, but it's almost like putting a stone over the top of it. And the color is white, shiny white, and it looks, a lot of people have commented, it looks so much better. Before they had the steel painted gold, and the gold was very cheap. There's actually never been a paint that's made that will look like gold. Steve will tell you that. You either gold leaf it or use real gold bullion, or you use a different color, Steve. Nobody's ever been able to make a gold paint that looks real. A little minor thing for the media. I'm sure you're thrilled with hearing that. But there's never been a paint. I said someday I'm going to discover a paint where you don't have to actually use gold leaf. Gold leaf is a very, very big and expensive process, but it's a beautiful thing, but not when you use paint. So we got rid of the gold columns, which looked always terrible. They looked cheap and they looked fake. Very much like the media, actually.
Yeah.
And we took the columns and we painted them white. Before we painted them, Matt, very importantly, we structuralized them. We replaced bad steel that was very badly rusting. I mean, these are columns that are holding up a building. And we had to replace areas of columns that were actually rusted out because it was in very bad shape. It's not even describable how bad this building was,
guys,
both inside and out. I want to thank Rick Grinnell, but you really did a great job, Rick, on this, and we appreciate it. I'm looking for your next venture, because he really was. There was a story he got fired. He didn't get fired. He was here for a short period of time, for a year, figuring it out with Matt and everybody else. And Matt now is going to take over, and he's a pro at construction, great at construction. And I think Matt would like to run the facility too. He's fallen in love with it. And I think he'd do a good job. But if I don't think he will do a good job, I'll say, Matt, you're fired. I'm getting somebody else. So you're under no pressure, Matt, okay? It's like Bob Kraft. If a football player doesn't perform well, typically you will fire him immediately, Bob. Do you ever let them stay around for 4 or 5 years if they're bad? Not too many times, right? So, anyway, I learned from you. So I want to thank also Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's been fantastic. I don't know, is Pam here someplace? Oh, hello, Pam. Good. She's been great. And the Speaker of the House, he's got the easiest job of anybody in government. He's got a majority of 2. I don't like to say 1 because it varies, but between 1, 2, and 3. And I think you're the only man that's ever lived that's able to be very happy about it. In fact, when we get up to 3, every once in a while we get up to 3. Actually, for a period of time, we had it up to 4, and then we had a death. And death is very bad when you're the Speaker and you have a majority of 2 or 3. But we had a death, and then we had another death, and we had some things, and but we're looking very strong. We had one man who was very ill. It looked like he wasn't going to make it. I don't know. I won't mention his name. Should I? Do other people know his name? Do you want to mention it? He'll be proud. Go ahead. Tell him the story.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. President. Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida.
Yo, what the actual is this?
Had a pretty grim diagnosis, and I mentioned it to the president, and I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work, and if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire. And
what was the diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay, that's, it was grim, that's what I was going to say. I don't think
with a heart problem, by the way. This was a heart problem.
So, the long story short, the president called him to encourage him and thank him, and they had a conversation, and the president mentioned in the course of the conversation, I ought to get my doctors involved, and they did, and within a number of hours, they took him to Walter Reed, emergency surgery. The man has a new lease on life. He acts like he's 30 years younger, and he walked into the conference meeting, and we thought we'd seen a ghost. And I spoke with him over the weekend, and he's encouraged and thankful, and he thanks the president for his leadership and intervention, and thank you.
He actually called Mike. Mike called me and he said, "Sir, we're up by 3, but we're going to lose 1 by June." I said, "Who?" Neil Dunn. He's a great congressman. Incredible. He called to say that he was terminal, really bad heart. There's nothing they can do. I said, "That's bad." Number 1, it was bad because I liked him. Number 2, it was bad because I needed his vote. But he really said, "Mike, I'm going to last this out for the president and you, and however long I live," it looks like June is the time, but however long I live, I'm going to I'm going to be voting for you. I mean, how many people are going to say that? Most of them are going to say, Mike, I'm retiring immediately. That's the end.
He's an extraordinary man.
But he didn't do that. It was really impressive. And then I realized I have doctors in the White House. The White House doctors are incredible. And they've helped me with other people. They're helping me with people right now. People that are very sick are like they're miracle workers. And I said, I have to call them. And I called the two doctors. They're both great. And they immediately went over to see the congressman. And he was on the operating table like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And it was a long operation. They gave him more stents and more everything that you could have. I think he's got everything that you could possibly have. And they called up. They said, sir, I think he'll be fine. I said, you got to be kidding. He said, I think he'll be fine. And Mike was telling me the story that the other day he came into a meeting for the first time in a long while. Go ahead.
Well, it was incredible. I mean, he has a new lease on life. He has more energy than a man half his age, and very encouraged and encouraged all of us. So, again, a testament to great leadership. And he's, my hat's off to Neil Dunn and his beautiful wife and family. He's an extraordinary individual.
And just, you know, because I don't want to have a terrible story about this, I did it for him first and for the vote second. But it was a close second, actually. But I did it for the vote second. All right? I want to also introduce Susie Wiles, who's fantastic. She's our chief of staff. And she's an amazing person, an amazing fighter. And she announced a minor difficulty, which will be in good shape. Good shape for, he'll be around for a long time. She had a diagnosis, you probably saw it. And she's going to take care of it immediately, as opposed to waiting. She said, let's do it now. I said, do it immediately. Because with that particular ailment, the faster the better. That's the only thing I know about it. The faster the better. She's going to do it immediately. So she just started, actually. And she's going to be in great shape. The prognosis there is excellent, beyond excellent. So,
Thank you, sir.
But who needs it, right?
That's right.
Who needs it? So before we took over, just a year ago, the legendary, this wonderful place was on the verge of, literally on the verge of collapse, both from a financial standpoint, maybe more from a financial standpoint, but also from a physical standpoint. Necessary maintenance has been ignored. The programming was very woke and out of touch with reality. And we had an orchestra that lost like $18 million a year, and they subsidized it every year. So what kind of an orchestra loses 18? And I'm being nice when I say 18, it was much more. And I started looking at the programming. They had tremendous union difficulties, like 19 different unions, and driving everybody crazy. And I think the unions are going to be great. I've always gotten along with unions. As you know, I got great union support. But you had 19 unions. Every time somebody wanted to put on a play, they had to deal with 19 different groups of people. And it's they say it was like Broadway, but worse. And you don't get worse than Broadway when it comes to the unions. I've watched that for many years. The programming was terrible, and they had a budget deficit of about $26 million minimum, owed a lot of money, were out borrowing money, which is a lot of people don't understand. So under the leadership of this exceptionally talented and rich board, it's a very rich board, not everybody, but most of you are loaded. Ike Perlmutter's got so much money. Look at Ike Perlmutter. He ended up being the largest owner of Disney. Started with, was it $100 or less? It was a little less, Ike, right? He didn't speak English, and he became the largest owner of Disney, right? But then they went woke, and he sold the stock. He didn't like Mickey Mouse being woke, right, Ike? But he's one of the most brilliant business people. Thank you, Ike. It's great. And Lori, thank you very much for being here. So I think it's Lori that's on the board, though, right, Lori? What's with these husbands? All the husbands are traveling. I think it's the White House. I got all the husbands with the wives. That's never happened. Boy, oh, boy, what great relationships. My wife is going to have to speak to me. This is pretty good. The biggest guys in the country travel with their wives to come to a meeting. But it has something to do with the White House, right, Ike? Right? You don't want to see me. You want to see the White House because it's a special building. But thank you. And congratulations on an amazing career. Most people don't know Ike Perlmutter. Isidore Perlmutter, and started with nothing and built a vast fortune just by deal after deal. Did you ever have a bad deal like? Which was that? Don't tell. See how honest he is? Most people would say no. He says one, and it couldn't have been very bad. Great to have you. So under the leadership of this board, which is, as you see, incredible, we're achieving a very dramatic and quick turnaround. We got rid of all of the DEI. Some of the news media loves DEI, but we got rid of it. Maybe you're right. Brought back patriotic and family-friendly programming, and last year we raised over $130 million to keep this place going. Otherwise, it would have been closed. The building, let's call it the Kennedy Center from that time, was losing so much money it could not have stayed alive if we didn't come in as a group of people and a lot of wealthy people that made a lot of contributions. So with the Trump Kennedy Center honors alone, we raised this year a record $23 million, which was double what they had ever done before, with $23 million. There's still much to do. The previous management left us a facility in very bad condition. Abysmal is the word, and everything from busting pipes and leaks to serious electrical and structural problems. And some of it we fixed, but most of it we're saving for during the construction period because we'll do a much better job of it that way. Major renovations are required to keep the facility functional, and that'll start right after July 4th. We're going to have a little bit of a celebration, not a big deal, but a little bit of a celebration on July 4th. We'll have a little party, and then after that we close or we start construction. We're fully financed. As I announced in February, after a one-year review based on input from highly respected experts and subject to board approval today, we determined, it's a little late for the board because we've already announced it, but these are minor details, but I think everybody agrees. But subject to board approval, we determined that the fastest way to bring the Trump Kennedy Center to the highest level of success, beauty, and grandeur is to cease the entertainment operations for a 2-year period of time as we complete high-quality, really high-quality construction. We've already purchased seating, as an example. We've already purchased a lot of the marbles and some of the things that are hard to get. Getting quality marble is very hard. It takes a long time. It comes from areas where it takes a long time to mine, and we're getting some of the best things you can. The marble is going to be incredible. The seats that we have, the seating is the highest level. Everything is the highest level. So this temporary closure will enable us to complete the work much faster and much higher quality. As an example, it's hard to show Shakespeare when you don't have any seats. As the seats are being changed, it's not exactly a great experience for people. So the right way to do it is just close it and fix it and open it. We'll begin right after, as I said, July 4th celebration. And thanks to the great, big, beautiful bill, we...
All right, guys, I have to kind of head out, right? I don't know what Trump is talking about, all right? Someone put a bot in my stream to give me like 4,000 watchers. Yeah, we're in a schlong here, guys. Yeah, so I have to head out. God bless you in Jesus' name. I appreciate everyone for being here. And the Trump speech is nothing burger, and I don't even know what Trump's talking about, to be honest. But, yeah, these are the trades I'm in now. The short got stopped out, the one I just took. All right, so the short got stopped out for a $350 loss. So these are basically the trades I've been taking during this stream right here. I'm up $3,500 on that scalping account. 3,500 on the scalping account. And then, of course, I did take a $700 loss earlier this morning. All right, so 3,500, that puts me at like 2,800. And then I took another $300 loss, so that puts me at like 2,500 up for the day. But then I realized about $4,000 on this long trade, and I made about 2,500 on this short trade. So yeah, overall, I'm satisfied for the day here. If we reclaim this purple box, guys, we're probably going to go for the highs at like 75K, in which case I've got $500,000 on the Bitcoin long, and I'm going to probably be taking more profit if we come up towards 75K. But anyway, guys, like, subscribe, click the bell. I love you. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Peace.